The silent penance. Why we forget Ram's exile. We all know the story of the Ramayana. We weep for Sita. We talk about the injustice of her second exile, the cold silence of the forest, and the earth finally opening up to take her back. Her sacrifice is etched into our cultural DNA. But there is a shadow in that story, a silent, mirroring grief that we often walk right past. People remember Sita's exile, but they forget that Ram punished himself too. The king versus the man. When Ram sent Sita away, he didn't do it as a husband. He did it as a king bound by the impossible, often cruel standards of Raj Dharma. But the moment she left the palace gates, the man, the husband, stopped living. Think about it, he didn't find a replacement. In an era where kings took multiple wives, Ram remained Ekpatni Vrata. When he performed the Ashwamedha Yagna, which required a queen by his side, he didn't remarry. He had a golden statue of Sita cast to sit in her place. The floor over the bed. It is said that for those 14 years of her second exile, Ram never slept on a bed. If his Sita was sleeping on the cold ground of the forest, the emperor of Ayodhya refused the luxury of silk pillows. The taste of dust. He ate the simplest food, lived with the austerity of a hermit, and wore the crown like a crown of thorns. A shared loneliness. We talk about the fire Sita walked through to prove her purity, but we rarely talk about the fire Ram lived in every single day after she was gone. He was a prisoner of his own throne. He had to wake up every day and rule a city that had demanded the heart of his life as a sacrifice. He had to look at the subjects who doubted her and still serve them with absolute justice. Imagine the strength and the agony it takes to protect a world that broke your home. The true cost of Maryada. Being the ideal man, Maryada Purushottam, didn't mean Ram was cold. It meant he was the one who had to bleed in silence so the law wouldn't break. Sita's exile ended when she returned to the earth. Ram's exile only ended when he walked into the Sarayu River. Closing thought. Next time you think of the Ramayana, don't just look at the forest. Look at the palace. Because while Sita was living as a hermit in the woods, Ram was living as a hermit on a throne. Theirs wasn't just a story of a separation, it was a story of two people who chose to suffer together, even while miles apart. He taught us how to live by Dharma, but he also showed us the ultimate cost of it, that sometimes, being the light for the world means sitting alone in the dark. True love isn't just staying together. Sometimes, it's carrying the same weight from a distance. Would you choose duty over love? Let us know in the comments.